Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a book haul, my very first book haul. I probably won't be doing very many book hauls in general on my channel because I don't buy that many books each month. In fact, these books that I'm going to be talking about are probably from probably like March and April. And then, you know, I'll get like one or two a month, and then this is what we have. But yeah, so I guess without explaining what a book haul is, because you probably already know that, I'm just going to talk about the books. Okay, I'm going to start with one of the books I got most recently. I ordered this from my local bookstore in Birmingham. I'm actually wearing their sweater, which is Thank You Books. And I went and picked it up from curbside pickup, and that is The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. I feel like this is kind of everywhere right now, which is very cool. I just think it's so pretty. I'm Southern, obviously, you can hear my voice, but I just love it. I love that color. It's just really pretty to me. But I wanted to be able to support them through this, you know, crazy time that we're in, so I have tried to order something from them like every week or every other week, like to kind of help put my money where my mouth is, I guess. I really want them to stay around, and I think that a lot of people have been doing the same as me, and they seem to be doing really well. I can't wait for them to open back up. So I'm not like entirely sure what this book is about. I don't really like to know too much about books before I go into them. Sometimes I know nothing at all. But from what I've gathered, this is about a book club of Southern women, and someone moves into their neighborhood, and then like kids start coming up missing, and one of the members herself is like attacked by someone or something, and I don't know. And then, I mean, vampires, what more could you ask for? I am a sucker for vampires. I have been since the Buffy movie, and then the Buffy show. Those are my jam. But yeah, I'm very excited to read this. The next book that I got was my book of the month pick for, what month was it? Probably says it on here, for March. Yeah, was my book of the month pick for March, and that was A Good Neighborhood by Therese Ann Fowler. Once again, don't really know very much about it. I know that I saw a lot of people who I follow and have similar reading tastes to read it, and I don't think that they were crazy about it, so that makes me interested but also skeptical. But it's so small that I'm hopeful that when I do get to it, either this month or next month, that it'll be easy to get through at least. I think this has a lot to do with like small town living in a neighborhood, and like what we know about the people and how we interact with those who live beside us, and you know, we're around all the time, and what it means to be a good neighbor. So I'm very interested. I love a good neighborhood book since I live in a neighborhood. The next three books I ordered through my local bookstore as well, but they did not have them, so they like redirect you to like an online store that gives a cut of the profit to them. So I was very happy to be able to do it that way, and the prices are really good still. The first one that I got, I am so excited to read. I'm definitely going to read it this month, especially because it's, you know, Asian Heritage Month, and that is If I Had Your Face by Frances Cha. I'm excited about this because it is set in modern day Seoul, Korea, and it's about a group of women, and they all live in the same like apartment building, and I think it just kind of deals with like the beauty standards that they face in Korea, and how, you know, it's becoming more normal to have had plastic surgery on your face than to have not, and I think it just kind of talks about that, and I'm very interested. Also, it's not long, so very excited, and this cover is so pretty. Wish I had her face. The next one is actually a YA, I think, fantasy, and I ordered both of these on release day. They both came out the same day in April, at the end of April. I think it was the 21st. And this one is called The Silence of Bones, and it's by June Her, and this is like a historical fantasy fiction deal set in the Joseon Empire, which was what is now Korea, and I'm very excited. I don't know too much about it. I know that it stars a girl and she's not allowed to talk, and she's kind of like, she sees all this stuff and she knows all this stuff, but she's not allowed to talk about it to anyone. She's like full of secrets. So once again, very excited about all these small books. Someone who reads a lot of fantasy, I don't get to enjoy the smaller books that often. The last book that I ordered through them, I'm both very excited to read it, and I'm also nervous to read it, because I did read some of the excerpts and they made me cry, and I know that this will probably be very healing for me, but it also will hurt. And that is a graphic memoir, and it is by Tyler Fetter, and it's called Dancing at the Pity Party, a Dead Mom graphic memoir. So basically it is about Tyler and her mom, who died of cancer when she was young. If you don't know, I'm 31. My mom was in her 50s, and she passed away in October unexpectedly from ovarian cancer, after she had been going through chemo for almost a year, and we thought doing really well. She very unexpectedly went to take a nap, and she did not wake up. So I am obviously still dealing with that every single day, and I'm sure there are plenty of people who can relate. Cancer doesn't discriminate, but when you're a young woman who's very close to your mom, I was very close to my mom. She was the person that I texted and called, no matter how mundane, whatever it was I wanted to talk about. She was always there. And what I read of this, it's just about her dealing with it, basically. It's about her living life without her mom, and kind of how. And it's about sadness and grief, and she talks about her feelings, and she talks about what it would be like if her mom was still there. She talks about how she's had to live her life differently than she should have because her mom was taken. And it also talks about how once you've heard someone you love given that diagnosis, it seems like it's everywhere. Like everywhere you look, it's cancer. This is one of the ones I saw when I was debating on buying it, and I think I'm gonna definitely read that this month, because it is Mother's Day, and this is my first Mother's Day without my mom. So I'm hoping that this will help me through it. The next two books that I have are also book of the month. One was my pick for April, and the other was an add-on that I'm very excited about, both of them. The first one I got was my actual pick, and that was The Library of Legends by Janie Chang. And this is, yeah, like 1930s China, and it's about kind of when Japan was bombing Nanking and all that was going on. And it's about a woman who is, and she's a student, and she's ordered to go with this convoy of students from their university to flee, I think, into like the mountains or something. But it has like kind of a fantastical element to it, because they are entrusted with these like priceless like collection of like their myths and histories and stuff, the Library of Legends, as the title would suggest. And it's just really interesting. It's supposed to be like a tale of friendship and discovery, and also there's, you know, have to do with the spirits and the guardians that are in the mythology, you know, bringing those to life. So I'm really excited. The cover is just so pretty. Like, that's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I'm definitely excited to read this. I've heard really good things about this author. She also wrote Three Souls, which I've heard is amazing. That's on my TBR as well. I can't wait to get my hands on that one. This one's a little bit longer, but the font is pretty large for, I think this is an adult book. But yeah, I'm hoping I would not mind reading that this month as well, since it's also written by an Asian author. The book that I got is my add-on for April is Writers and Lovers by Lily King, and this book was just everywhere, and I read the synopsis and I was like, I really need to read this. It's very short. It just sounds like something I'm in the mood for. Once again, it involves a woman whose mom unexpectedly dies, and her carrying on with her life after that. I feel like I am sensing a theme here. I think it has like a love story, as well as just this woman who is growing up now. You know, she's at the end of her young adult period and she's becoming just an adult, and I think she's having to kind of figure out reality from what she is dreaming and, you know, what she can actually do. And the last book that I can remember buying, who knows, there may be more, I actually got it for my husband because I actually have not read the book before this yet, and he has already, and that is Sword of Destiny by Andrzej Sapkowski. That is the second of the like tales, the short stories of The Witcher, but I still need to read the first one, so this one's, I think, longer than the first one, but yeah, so I think we all know what this one's about. The Witcher, you know, there's a video game, there's a show, it's a fantasy. It's about Geralt and I guess all the other characters as well, but I really want to read this and the first one before we watch the first season, because I feel like I'll have a good grip, because I know that the show is much more based on the books than it is on the video game. So yeah, I'm excited to get to this eventually, but it's definitely not a priority. He should be reading it though, since I bought it for him in like the end of March. Yeah, those are all the books that I've bought recently that I have. I did also just pick my book of the month for May, as well as order another book from my local bookstore, and I guess I'll just include those if I ever do another book haul, who knows. But yeah, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up please, I would really appreciate it, and if you want to see more, please subscribe. I would love to talk to you in the comments and get to know you. I'm really into building relationships with everyone on here and a community. It's the reason that I joined. Also, have you read any of these books? Did you also get any of these books? What are you most looking forward to reading this month? I would absolutely love to talk to you about it. And you guys can also find me on Twitter and Instagram. Those links are always in the description box. And yeah, thanks so much for giving me your time and watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.